Reading through the Bible in a year, June 6th, Deuteronomy chapter 10, Psalm 94, Isaiah 38, and Revelation chapter 8. Moses continues, "At that time Yahweh said to me, Cut for yourself 2 tablets of stone, like the first, and come up to me on the mountain, and make an ark of wood. And I will write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablet that you broke, or the first tablets that you broke, and you shall put them into the ark. So I made an ark of acacia wood, and cut 2 tablets of stone like the first, and went up the mountain with the 2 tablets in my hand. And he wrote on the tablets in the same writing as before the 10 commandments that Yahweh had spoken to you on the mountain out of the midst of the fire on the day of the assembly. And Yahweh gave them to me. Then I turned and came down from the mountain, and put the tablets into the ark that I had made. And there they are, as Yahweh commanded me." The people of Israel journeyed from Beeroth Bene Jaakan to Masrah. There Aaron died, and there was he buried. And his son Eleazar ministered as priest in his place. From there they journeyed to Golgotha, and from Golgotha to Jotbathah, a land with brooks of water. At that time Yahweh set apart the tribe of Levi to carry the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, to stand before Yahweh to minister to him and to bless in his name to this day. Therefore Levi has no portion or inheritance with his brothers. Yahweh is his inheritance, as Yahweh your God said to him. I myself stayed on the mountain, as at the first time, 40 days and 40 nights, and Yahweh listened to me at that time also. Yahweh was unwilling to destroy you. And Yahweh said to me, Arise, go on your journey at the head of the people, so that they may go in and possess the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. And now, Israel, what does Yahweh your God require of you? But to fear Yahweh your God, and to walk in all his ways, to love him, and to serve Yahweh your God with all your heart and with all your soul, and to keep the commandments and statutes of Yahweh, which I am commanding you today for your good. Behold, to Yahweh your God belong heaven and the heaven of heavens, the earth with all that is in it. Yet Yahweh set his heart in love on your fathers, and chose their offspring after them, you above all peoples, as you are this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no longer stubborn. For Yahweh your God is God of gods and Lord of lords, the great, the mighty, and the awesome God, who is not partial and takes no bribe. He executes justice for the fatherless and the widow, and loves the sojourner, giving him food and clothing. Love the sojourner, therefore, for you were sojourners in the land of Egypt. You shall fear Yahweh your God. You shall serve him and hold fast to him, and by his name you shall swear. He is your praise. He is your God, who has done for you these great and terrifying things that your eyes have seen. Your fathers went down to Egypt 70 persons, and now Yahweh your God has made you as numerous as the stars of heaven." Now Psalm 94. O Yahweh, God of vengeance, O God of vengeance, shine forth. Rise up, O Judge of the earth, repay to the proud what they deserve. O Yahweh, how long shall the wicked exult? They pour out their arrogant words. All the evildoers boast. They crush your people, O Yahweh, and afflict your heritage. They will kill the widow and the sojourner, and murder the fatherless. They will kill the widow and I already said that. And they say, Yahweh does not see, the God of Jacob does not perceive. Understand, O dullest of the people. Fools, when will you be wise? He who planted the ear, does he not hear? He who formed the eye, does he not see? He who disciplines the nations, does he not rebuke? He who teaches man knowledge, Yahweh, knows the thoughts of man, that they are but a breath. Blessed is the man whom you discipline, O Yahweh, and whom you teach out of your law, to give him rest from days of trouble until a pit is dug for the wicked. For Yahweh will not forsake his people. He will not abandon his heritage, for justice will return to the righteous, and all the upright in heart will follow it. Who rises up for me against the wicked? Who stands up for me against evildoers? If Yahweh had not been my help, my soul would soon have lived in the land of silence. When I thought, my foot slips, your steadfast love, O Yahweh, held me up. When the cares of my heart are many, your consolations cheer my soul. Can wicked rulers be allied with you? Those who frame injustice by statute? They band together against the life of the righteous and condemn the innocent to death. But Yahweh has become my stronghold, and my God, the rock of my refuge. He will bring back on them their iniquity and wipe them out for their wickedness. Yahweh, our God, will wipe them out. Now Isaiah 38. In those days, Hezekiah became sick and was at the point of death. And Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, came to him and said to him, Thus says Yahweh, set your house in order, for you shall die, you shall not recover. Then Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and prayed to Yahweh, and said, Please, O Yahweh, remember how I have walked before you in faithfulness and with a whole heart, and have done what is good in your sight. Hezekiah wept bitterly. Then the word of Yahweh came to Isaiah. Go and say to Hezekiah, Thus says Yahweh, the God of David your father, I have heard your prayer, and I have seen your tears. Behold, I will add 15 years to your life. I will deliver you and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria, and will defend this city. This shall be the sign to you from Yahweh, that Yahweh will do the thing he has promised. Behold, I will make the shadow cast by the declining sun on the dial of Ahaz turn back 10 steps. So the sun turned back on the dial 10 steps by which it had declined. A writing of Hezekiah, king of Judah, after he had been sick and had recovered from his sickness. I said, In the middle of my days I must depart. I am consigned to the gates of Sheol for the rest of my years. I said, I shall not see Yahweh. Yahweh, in the land of the living, I shall look on man no more among the inhabitants of the world. My dwelling is plucked up and removed from me, like a shepherd's tent. Like a weaver, I have rolled up my life. He cuts me off from the loom. From day to night, you bring me to an end. Like a swallow or a crane, I chirp. I moan like a dove. My eyes are weary with looking upward. O Yahweh, I am oppressed. Be my pledge of safety. What shall I say? For he has spoken to me, and he himself has done it. I walked slowly all my years because of the bitterness of my soul. O Lord, by these things men live, and in all these is the life of my spirit. O restore me to health and make me live. Behold, it was for my welfare that I had great bitterness. But in love you have delivered my life from the pit of destruction. For you have cast all my sins behind your back. For Sheol does not thank you. Death does not praise you. Those who go down to the pit do not hope for your faithfulness. The living, he thanks you, as I do this day. The Father makes known to the children your faithfulness. Yahweh will save me. And we will play play my music on stringed instruments all the days of our lives at the house of Yahweh. Now, Isaiah had said, Let them take a cake of figs and apply it to the boil, that he may recover. Hezekiah also had said, What is the sign that I shall go up to the house of Yahweh? And that's all to hear. Let's conclude today in Revelation chapter 8. Once again, questions, concerns, please read the notes. When the Lamb opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. Then I saw the seven angels who stand before God, and seven trumpets were given to them. And another angel came and stood at the altar with a golden censer, and he was given much incense to offer with the prayers of all the saints on the golden altar before the throne. And the smoke of the incense with the prayers of the saints rose before God from the hand of the angel. Then the angel took the censer and filled it with fire from the altar and threw it on the earth. There were peals of thunder, rumblings, flashes of lightning, and an earthquake. Now the seven angels who had the seven trumpets prepared to blow them. The first angel blew his trumpet, and there followed hail and fire mixed with blood, and these were thrown upon the earth. And a third of the earth was burned up, and a third of the trees were burned up, and all green grass was burned up. The second angel blew his trumpet, and something like a great mountain, burning with fire, was thrown into the sea, and a third of the sea became blood. And a third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. The third angel blew his trumpet, and a great star fell from heaven, blazing like a torch, and it fell on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. And the star's name is wormwood. This is the name of a plant and the bitter-tasting extract derived from it. And a third of the waters became wormwood, bitter, and many people died from the water because it had been made bitter. The fourth angel blew his trumpet, and a third of the sun was struck, and a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that a third of their light might be darkened, and a third of the day might be kept from shining, and likewise a third of the night. Then I looked, and I heard an eagle crying with a loud voice as it flew directly overhead, "Woe, woe, woe to those who dwell on the earth, at the blasts of the other trumpets that the three angels are about to blow." As a reminder, in Hebrew poetry and really literature, a single statement of something is a single proclamation. Stating it twice reinforces what is said, but by the third one, this is a sure and terrifying thing. The same way that the elders and the angels cried out before the Lord, "Holy, holy, holy." Here is the opposite. Woe, woe, woe. That's all for today. That is all the reading and all of the notes. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Hold, word of the Lord.